at least for those of you that that are on camera, how many of you are sort of kind of familiar with Road to Elite, just by raise of hand? Like have heard, have been on the Champions page? Okay. How many of you are really not that familiar with Elite or Road to Elite? Okay, so it sounds like most of you have heard something about Road to Elite, and I think that, you know, part of any sort of learning of anything is by immersion, right? So you might take a few calls like this, and maybe actually you getting the report to actually start really understanding how you get to all these different rungs on your Road to Elite. And so today, like I said, we're actually calling out all of our elite coaches from 2018. And it was about, I want to say, end of spring of last year that Carl asked us, it was a small group of us, and he said, so if, let's say, Carrie wanted to be an elite coach, what does she have to do? And we told him, well, she needs 105 points. She needs to be a 5-star diamond. She needs to develop 2 new diamonds, all that stuff. Well, let's say Carrie is a brand new coach. Is that something that Carrie would just go, okay, yes, I'll make it happen? Sure. But at the same time, to a lot of new coaches, when you're a brand new coach, there's some complexity in everything that is thrown at you, from Success Club to PV, TV, to Summit, to Success Starter, to NLC, to leadership. There's just a lot of things, right? And so one of the reasons why we created this program is, again, if Carrie, let's say you're a brand new coach, let's say from 2018, and you want to be an elite coach, we're breaking it down for you. Is really all this program does. What we wanted to do is break down your sort of your trajectory from being a new coach or an existing coach to being an elite coach. That's one of the things that we needed to do. The second thing that we wanted to do with this Road to Elite program is we wanted you to focus on activities that we know are going to help you build a strong, solid, residual income-based business. That's very important. We're not running nonprofits, we're running a business. And so that's important that you have specific milestones within the recognition program that can be a lever to you unlocking the compensation plan. So we felt that was very important. Quite frankly, that's something that is a part of who we are, right? I think you should make a lot of money, insert disclaimer. I think you should earn a solid income, whether it's retail or residual income. Right. And I also do think that you need to have sort of a roadmap to get to there. Right. So to me, in this Road to Elite, it combines both, you know, your desire to be recognized with real income producing activity, IPAs. Right. And Eric, that's not the IPA I'm talking about. It's IPAs, income producing activities, right? Okay, so wanted to just throw that one out there. So there's a lot of complexity to the program. What I wanted to do is just reduce it down to like, what are the core activities? So I'm going to share a PowerPoint. I'm going to give you permission to be overwhelmed, by the way, okay? Because some of this is going to be just like a lot of stuff. And so what I'm going to try to do after every section, I'm just going to boil it down to what I want you to focus on, right? So what Arnaud was talking about, you know, was this. So this category, he wants me to do this, right? So that's what I really want to talk about. What I would advise we do, Leslie, is maybe we do another call after the first or second elite report comes out and actually start looking at how, you know, Heather got her points or Candace got her points and break it down so that if like a Caitlin or a new coach wants to go for it, we can actually go over real numbers versus sort of theory, which is what I'm going to talk about right now. Okay, so put it on your calendar, maybe Leslie after the first or second elite report that comes out to do another call. I think that's where the learning is really going to be, you know, really, really solidified. Okay, so let's go over Road to Elite, and I'm going to go through these slides fairly quickly. I don't want this to dominate the conversation. I use it more as for me to sort of keep me focused here. Okay, so Road to Elite. Let's say, Sam, you sign up your first, you know, your coach, and they want to be an elite coach. This is ultimately what they would need to do. Again, 5-star diamond. They need 105, what we call leadership points, and they need to develop 2 new diamonds within the year. in 2019. Okay. Now, the Road to Elite literally has been divided up into 4 different categories, which I'm going to talk about. But before I talk about the categories, I want to review what these balanced leadership points are. Okay. Before I go into it, all these points they measure both what you do personally, right? Success Club, coach signups, selling challenge packs. That's like your personal category. Like, what are you actually doing? What are the productive activities that you're doing to build your business? That's one side. The second side of these points is how many people are you helping be productive? How many coaches in your team are you helping be productive? That's really a function of those 2 things, okay? So let's jump into these categories. So let's talk these leadership APV points. All these points mean, okay, is you get recognized for helping your coaches sell challenge packs, okay? For every 500 PV that is generated, you get 1 PV point, okay? So let's take Mona. Let's say you've got Mona Brown there who's driving. Pay attention, right? So you've got, let's say, 4 coaches. They each buy, call it 150 worth of PV, right? Someone do the math. But let's say it's over, that generates more than 500 PV. All that means is you're going to have 1 elite point based on retail activities, right? Because you're selling challenge packs. Now, this is both your 2019 coaches and your customers. Okay, so whenever your customers purchase anything, as long as they are a first-time purchasing customer in 2019, those points will count for you. Okay, so what you're doing here is you're helping your new coaches from this year be productive in retailing activity. Okay, that's the APV category. The second category is much simpler to describe. All it is every time you help your coaches from 2018. So what I want you to retain for this category is write SC at the top, and then underneath that, write 2018 and 2019 coaches. Help them, okay? Every time you help one of these coaches from last year or this year earn a Success Club point, you also get what we call a leadership point, okay? Every time you do it yourself, meaning you hit Success Club 5, those points are doubled, okay? So for instance, let's say you've got Joan, Emily, and Rachel, and all 3 of them are either 2018 or 2019 coaches. 3 of them hit Success Club 5 this month, but you also hit Success Club 5. These 3 points now become 6 points, okay? Now you've chunked off 6 points off of the 105 points that you need for Elite. Okay, so this one is fairly straightforward. SC is you need basically to help your last year's coaches and this year's coaches. Last year, we introduced this new category, which is what we call the SC1 Plus category. Okay, so what I want you to think about this category is this is a category that recognizes you for helping your new coaches build the business fast, get off the blocks fast, okay? We always say that it's a lot easier to build this business faster than slower, okay? And so what this category recognizes is, let's say, Michelle, you sign up your coach in February of 2019, and by the end of March, Michelle, you have helped that coach sell just 1 challenge pack, you get a point, okay? So this particular category recognizes you helping your new coaches, your brand new coaches, just do something, sell 1 challenge pack, get 1 point in the month that they sign up or the month after, okay? So under this category, write SC1 and then write 2019 coaches, right? 2019 coaches, and pretty much just say 1, right? Because all you're helping them do is just sell 1 challenge pack, get them started fast off the blocks. Okay, so if there's questions, by the way, just write them in the comments, okay? And like any question goes, guys, because I realize some of you, all this is coming at you fast, and I might be talking fast. Okay, so Let's now break down. So I'm going to go past this slide. I'm going to go right into how we've broken it down. Okay, and then I'm going to tie in the leadership ladder and show you what this means. Okay, so on your road to elite. Okay, so let's say, listen, I'm going to just pick random name. Let's say Amber, right? Amber, you want to be a premier leader. Okay, your goal is to be a premier leader by the end of 2019, and potentially you want to be an elite coach. Regardless of what your goal is, these goalposts help give you an idea of what you need to do to get to elite. And he breaks it down, right? When you think about, and it's the beginning of the year, so everybody has a resolution, right? Better yet, if you have an actual SMART goal, this is literally the definition of a SMART goal. That's what we've done with the elite program. We've made it measurable and attainable, and we've made it something that you can track. Okay, so these are the different goalposts that you want to get to on your road to elite. Let's jump into the first one, which is team builder. Okay, team builder, anybody that becomes a diamond coach, notice you need to hold it for 6 consecutive weeks, has 25 leadership points, develops 1 new emerald, and has 1,000 volume on their weak side, becomes a team builder. Okay, so let me break this down for you. There's multiple ways you can get to this, but let's say one way would be to help 2 coaches a month for 6 months. If you help 2 coaches a month achieve Success Club 5 between January and June, you're a team builder. Okay, if you help 4 of those coaches a month, okay, so you're at 4 coaches. So that means 8 points. You're going to do that in 3 months. Okay, so you could do it in 6 months or 3 months, right? It all depends on how many coaches you can help. So you help 2 coaches, achieve Success Club 5, and you achieve Success Club 5 yourself. You will have these 25 leadership points, and the rest you understand, obviously. Diamond, everybody gets it. 1 new emerald, everybody gets it. And then 1,000 team volume. What I would advise you to do is to look at your organization and say, right and left leg, how much volume do I have? What this program really does, it invites you to take a look at volume. Take a look at the volume that is going through your right and left leg, right? This is how it ties in, by the way, into the leadership ladder, right? So let's say, Carrie, I'm going to write some notes down here. Let's say, in the month of, let's just look at January, for instance, right? So let's say the first week, Carrie, you're rocking it with challenge groups. And again, I'm just throwing out numbers. Let's say you've got 600 in volume on your week side, right? 1 week in January. And let's take a look at the calendar. So let's say week ending 1/9, okay? You've got 600 in volume. Then the week after that, which is 1/16, you've got another 300, okay? Then the week after that, which is 1/23, you've got another 200, okay? So all we would do is we would just take 5 consecutive weeks. It could be any week. It could be the month of January. It could be 2 weeks in January and 3 weeks in February. As long as it's on your on your weak side, we're adding it up. And in your case, you'd have 900, you'd have 1,100 in 3 weeks. You would have already checked off that box, right? You would have checked off the 1,000. If you're a diamond coach, obviously you need to hold for 6 consecutive weeks. So we would wait from, 6 consecutive weeks. Then you would check that off. Then the only thing that would remain is the leadership points and developing a new emerald, right? Is that clear for everyone? It's really going to be the same, by the way, for all these other, team leader and premier leader and elite leader as well. Just the numbers and the ranks, go up. So that's team builder, okay? Team leader, okay? Team leader now the goal is to be a 1-star diamond, held for 6 consecutive weeks, have 50 leadership points, and then develop either 2 new emeralds or a new diamond, and then have 2,500 in team volume on your weak side, okay? Again, same thing. So this one, obviously, you know, you need to set your sights on 1-star diamond. The cool thing about these recognitions is, as you get recognized for the first 3, you're going to get something sent to you. Like there's like a nice crystal that basically recognizes you for team builder, team leader, premier leader. The elite leader recognition doesn't happen until 2020. That's when everything is like locked in and official. But every one of these 3 is gonna get recognized. So here's one of the things why I really like this is, as you get recognized, Candace, right? You get recognized as a team builder and team leader. Let's say you have a new coach. Your new coach goes, team builder, what does that even mean? I don't know what that means, right? Now it gives you a chance to explain to your new coach what you did to get to team builder. And now your new coach understands what he takes. So one of the things that I'm really excited is these new sort of these early recognition rungs are super important for you to achieve. Team builder should be like your first thing that you need to achieve ASAP, right? Because once the sooner you achieve it, the sooner you can have the conversation about this road to elite, right? Because your coaches are going to go, I don't know what premier leader or team leader means, but you're getting recognized by Anita or Leslie. I want to know what I need to do to get there, right? So that's team leader there. Again, 1-star diamond and the 50 leadership points. Oh, by the way, as a team leader, you get this cool backpack. This is really high quality. New team leaders are going to get this sent immediately once you get to team leader, okay? Team leaders from last year in 2018 got this. And so if any of you maybe have this, maybe share it in your group thread or message thread. But that's a really cool, cool swag gift that you get as a team leader. Now, Premier Leader, I'm sure some of you are familiar with Premier. There's some changes, okay, for Premier. The way it stands right now, in 2018, you needed 105 points. So here's what we've done. For Premier Leader, you still need to be a 2-star diamond, but you only have to have 75 leadership points, okay? 75 leadership points. There is a cap in each of those categories. You need to develop one new diamond, and then you need 5,000 in team volume, okay? 5,000 in team volume. Again, week leg and any week basically counts, okay? That's Premier Leader. And then the last one now is Elite, and this one doesn't change. The only addition to this is the volume, okay? So you get you need to be a 5-star diamond. You need the 105 leadership points. You need 2 new diamonds, and then you need 5,000 in team volume, okay? 5,000 in team volume, and that's how you achieve. Elite. Here's something interesting. I looked at the stats for 2018, and about 30% of people achieved Elite between January and July. Okay, January and July. The vast majority of people that achieve Elite don't achieve it until the second half of the year. About 70% of everyone really achieves Elite in the second half of the year, which is how the business is, right? The reason why the 30% achieve it that early is because they probably have, they've signed up a lot of coaches. They have a lot of momentum that they're bringing maybe from 2017 that will help them in 2018. And I anticipate the same happening in 2019. I think every single one of these rungs is going to just swell up. I think that we're going to have a lot more elite coaches in 2019. I think we can easily jump by 25 to 30% in growth. What I hope is one of you, or many of you, by the way, or all of you are elite coaches, but every single one of you should push for team leader. Like, without a doubt, you should absolutely push for team leader as a very minimum for 2019, right? If you really want to stretch yourself, then Premier Leader and Elite Leader, okay? So what I want you to do is to think about where you want to be, right? Is it a 1 for team builder? Is it a 2 for team leader? 3 for Premier Leader, or 4 for Elite, okay? And I want you to start writing in the comments 1, 2, 3, or 4. Where do you see yourself, okay? Then I'm going to sort of synthesize all this. If you want to take a screenshot, this is a good screenshot to take of essentially the full program, right? The full Road to Elite. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Where do you see yourself? Okay? Let's populate that. Take a screenshot of that. Let me give you some time. In 3, 2, 1, next slide. Okay, so let's basically now, these are elite ranking points. I'm not going to cover that. There's one more that is really good. Okay, this is sort of a summary now, okay? So what do you do? What do you actually need to do, okay? So this is where I cover, basically I summarize everything. Number one, Success Club 5 is a non-negotiable, right? So you need to earn Success Club each month by signing 2 to 3 coaches as a goal and 2 to 3 customers per month, okay? That's the first thing. The second thing is you want to set a goal to help one or more of your new coaches from this year start in Success Club activity. What I talked about earlier, right? Help one of your coaches get into Success Club activity in their first full month of the business. Number 3 is you want to help 2 or 3 of your PS coaches from last year or this year earn Success Club 5, right? And then the last one, I can actually read it here. Got a bunch of stuff on my way. The last one is, essentially achieve 5-star. If you want to be an elite coach, right? If you want to be an elite coach. That's essentially the program. Okay, now I want to share a few things with you. I want to go into the back office, and in your back office, on I believe the recognition page, there is something there that basically shows you exactly what your elite points are. If you're not familiar with it, you will want to visit that and make sure that you take a look at that. Just one second. Okay, help me out, Leslie. If you want to unmute yourself, what are some of the questions, if any, that you've seen so far?
Yep, there's a lot of questions, so I'll just kind of run through them. Does it matter if the new Emerald is a 2018 coach?
No. As long as they are brand new Emerald, it does not matter. Any coach that is a brand new Emerald. That's a great question.
Okay, and the other one is about inherited coaches. So like if a coach quit, they rolled up to you, but it goes by that coach's sponsor or starting date, right? So just because they rolled up to a coach last year doesn't mean they would necessarily count for that coach's elite points if they enrolled in 2017.
It wouldn't count because their sign-up date does not change.
Okay.
Yeah, their sign-up date doesn't change. Good question.
Okay, so for week leg volume, do all of the 5 weeks need to fall together?
They need to be consecutive weeks, yes. They need to be 5 consecutive weeks that add up to 1,000 in volume, or 2,500, or 5,000.
Okay, so always 5 consecutive weeks for those.
Yeah.
With the 5 consecutive weeks, like on the team builder, do all those things need to happen in that 5 weeks?
Okay, yeah, that's another good question. So no, they just need to happen at some point. So let's say you've got 4 criteria. Diamond, once you've held for 6 weeks, you've checked it off, right? Developing a new Emerald or 2 new Emeralds or a Diamond, once you've done that, check, you've done that, right? The 1,000 volume in 5 weeks consecutive, as long as you hold that, check, you've also done that. It doesn't all have to happen at once. So you can do it throughout the year. Good question. Okay, let's see.
There was another, so if someone is a lifetime diamond right now, I think, and you pop.
Sorry, that was me again.
Yeah, no, I'm just, so if you're a lifetime diamond and you pop a new diamond.
I'm a lifetime 1-star, but I have a new diamond coming up. So
diamond. Okay, that makes more sense. I believe, do you still need to hold it for the 6 consecutive weeks, Arnaud? Or if you just get back up to star diamond, do you immediately lock in those 6 weeks?
You need to hold it for 6 consecutive weeks.
Right.
Yeah. So let's say you're a paid diamond right now, and you've done it for 2 weeks, week ending, January 2nd and 9th, you still need to hold for 6 weeks, right? So if you started the year at 1-star diamond, and let's say you go through February 14th or something, and you've held for 6 weeks, you've checked that off. essentially, right?
Yeah.
So you still need to hold that. Yes.
So basically, no one can lock in Team Builder until February 14th.
Correct.
That's the first, like, we're all holding.
Yeah, everybody literally is starting at the same place, right? And so what you do is what obviously, which is the cool part about that is, like, if, let's say, a brand new diamond coach will start at the same time as a 15-star diamond, January 1st, and there you go. If they hit Team Builder, they hit Team Builder. If the 15-star might take a couple of weeks, maybe. Well, probably not. But what I like about it is you start at the same time, right? So, and every single January, we're basically hitting the reset button, and you're starting over again. So, and everybody can kind of, everybody can sort of maybe look at, what's working for each other and sort of compare notes, really. And that's what I want to do, Leslie, for the next call, is to really see, like, okay, so now that we've got the elite reports, which, by the way, the elite reports go out every second Friday of the month, right? Every second Friday of the month, you'll get the elite reports, and they are in your back office. So if you go to your back office under Monitor My Business, if you go under, I'll just share my screen, actually, okay? Okay, so I started back here, okay? Let me forward here. So under Monitor My Business, then here under Qualification, there's Elite and Premier Qualification. You click on that, and it takes you to a new page. And so the second Friday of every month, this report is updated with your elite points, your diamonds, and paid rank, right? And it shows you all this other information here, okay? So that's where I want you to look at. And then I wanted to share a picture of what the trophy is going to look like. This is a trophy that you're going to get, right? So you're going to see Team Builder, Team Leader, Premier, and it's going to say Heather, it's going to say Leslie, it's going to say Anita, it's going to say Eric, and whatever your name as you qualify. So the first three are going to be sent immediately as you hit those rungs, and then the last one, which is elite, is sort of like literally the ball on top, right? That recognizes you for being an elite coach. So, okay, let me see. Any other questions? See a lot of 2s and 3s and 4s. Outstanding. I love that you put by summit, Rachel. You've got specific goals. And I assume the 4s are by end of the year. So what I want to do, again, Leslie, let's do a follow-up call. I think this is like, learning through a fire hose. I'm sure a lot of information. But bottom line is, you hit Success Club, you help your coaches hit Success Club, and then you advance your business, you will hit these points. Some of you are going to get these points and go, where did those points come from, right? And so our goal is to then help you figure out what behavior you did to get those points. But mostly those behaviors is Success Club, it's retailing, it's helping your coaches retail and have success in the business. So I really want to set up another call, Leslie and Anita. I think that would be really helpful for people to then compare notes and say, okay, so I've got 10 points, I've got 5 points, I've got 2 points, I've got 25 points. And then I want to force you to think about where did those points come from. And so when you come to that call, please come ready to share. A, what did you do to get the points? And B, what is something tactical that you can share with the team that you feel will help everybody else? Is that fair?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Someone had asked about success starters and how that ties into this.
Okay, so that's the slide that I went over fairly quickly. So you see the elite ranking, right? Those elite rankings are posted every month. So every time you help a coach advance in rank, you get 25 rank points from diamond to 5-star diamond. So let's say Megan, you sign up, Nicole, and Nicole goes from diamond to 1-star, you get 25 elite ranking points, right? Added up. And those points, together with the elite points, are added up and are aggregated, and that helps you sort of with ranking, right? And so every time you help a success starter, which is a new rule, by the way, I'm glad you asked. Every time you help a success starter coach, you get 25 points as well. And I think everybody understands Success Starters. So, and by the way, if you signed up a coach in December and they hit SC5 and they hit, they achieve SC5 in January and February, you'll have 25 points as well. Same as November. If they did it in November, they do it in December, they also hold in January, you'll have 25 points as well.
Cool.
So there you have it. They will come out monthly, the elite reports. And ultimately, guys, we're making all these elite calls. There's not a single one of these calls that people go, oh, yeah, it was just a breeze and it just happened. It was a series of decisions that they made, especially when the going got tough. Especially when the going got tough. What I really think is going to happen this year is you're going to experience early success and recognition. Not only is that going to be good for you, but it's going to be good for your team as well to see that you're really building this as a team. And hopefully then it sort of alerts the team or, brings into your team's sphere of even like imagination that they too can be a team builder or a team leader, right? So I look forward to what this team will do in 2019, and I look forward to chatting again in a month or two. So I hope that was helpful, and here's to Elite for 2019 and a happy, healthy, and phenomenally successful new year for everyone.
Well, thank you so much for hopping on to share with us. It means a lot. I think everyone likes to see it like laid all out, and we'll plan to reconvene in March maybe and take a look at these reports and how we can continue to grow.
Phenomenal. All right, you guys. Have a great day.
See you soon.